Yo, what's up, everybody? Figured I'd make another video. I feel real rejuvenated, man. I'm feeling like the more us men start to understand life as a whole, the better our lives get, right? Because there's like this emotional maturity I feel like as men we go through that it takes time. It's just a process that the more we learn from our experiences, the more we start to understand what works in our life, what doesn't work in our life. And you really start to connect back with yourself, right? Like, remember that spark we had when we were a kid, like that childlike spark? Like, that has to come online, because the more it comes online, the more we can actually start connecting back to our roots, right? And connecting back to what it is that serves us as a whole, and what's also going to serve the world too, right? Like, it's not just about us, but it's about the people we have in our lives that have meaning to us and the people that rock with us for us, right? And that's like my hope with this channel, is to like create and cultivate a community of people who rock with me for me as I rock with them for them. You see what I mean? And the more I start to see life as a man, the more I start to see the strife that we have to go through, right? Because we're being forged in strife. That's the whole purpose of being a man, right? That is what life as a man is about dealing with the hardships and dealing with the things that we must face from our past, from the things that we've done in this life that maybe steered us away from that childlike connection, right? That spark, right? That creative spark. You know what I'm saying? That dies off, right? You go through society, you get older, you get assimilated into all these subcultures and things like that. And the older you get, you start to realize, like, wait a minute, a lot of this maybe wasn't who I am. But the more you start to connect back to who you are, you start to discover what it really is that you're looking for, right? Within yourself, because it really starts within you first before it can really manifest in the external world, right? And I'm in America. I'm in Massachusetts. So, like, again, like I've stated, like, the governor runs it to the ground, the mayor runs it to the ground. It's just really a feminist, gynocentric matriarch here in Massachusetts, right? And Elizabeth Warren too. Like, these people do not have the best interest of the people, and clearly are not the biggest fan of men, right? And us men need strength and stability and honor and loyalty and family. That's what us men need, and community, right? And I think that we as men have been just so severed off by the society that we live in, right? And it makes life as a man far more difficult, right? That we become so effeminate to our own masculine nature, right? It's like we were told, like, being a man is like, you shouldn't have an opinion, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, right? Being led by these gynocentric, matriarchal feminists, realistically, and that isn't right for men. Men cannot connect with that. We need women. I'm not saying we don't, but there's a balance here that we're trying to restore. And I feel like the more of us men who continue to keep retreating back into ourselves, the more that balance will start to harmonize, right? And it'll start to stabilize within the society. But it starts with us men taking back our power, right? It starts with us men cultivating our chi. It starts with us men being able to connect to the source, right? What is it that we desire as a man in this life? That is the sauce. That is what's going to continue to keep driving us forward and to keep this thing turning forward, right? It's like that fire energy. Like, that's what it's about to me. You know what I mean? Really allowing for that fire to really resonate, right? Resonating in that space of fire. Like that really what it is what it is for me, right? Like, being a man in general is about connectivity. It's about being in tune with yourself, right? However you do that's how you do that. I'm a Muslim, so like, but I'm very open, right? Subhanahu wa ta'ala is the greatest. God is the greatest. And you can interpret that many ways. I mean, it's all one thing anyways to me. And I feel like for being a man, being connected to myself is what is the driving force of masculinity, right? However you want to define it. You could go many different ways. I'm very open, and I'm very receptive to other people's perspectives and being able to take on as many as I can. Like, that's the whole point of being a man, is being able to take on different needs of everybody else and being able to service those needs, right? That's what life as a man really is about. The more I start to connect deeper into my masculine frame, the more I see like, okay, life as a man, it has been a challenge, right? I left a job that I had, I already kind of stated it, like being just run by these gynocentric feminists, and I just couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it anymore. The fact that I'm able to have a little bit of money to be able to start investing in myself and investing in this channel, and I'm still looking for another job. I'm not saying that I'm not. We all know the job market. Job market's not great. We keep persevering. We strengthen. We have that mental fortitude. That's also a part of life as a man, is forging mental strength and clarity, right? Through the experiences that we've had. That to me is the tenets of masculinity. That is the tenet of life as a man, right? And the more that we start to connect to our power and retreat back into ourselves, the more we can start building communities and we can start rebuilding the society, right? Rebuilding a more righteous society, not this, I don't know what is going on out there. I mean, I do. Most of us do. So we don't even have to get into the mess of it. What's the solution? What is the solution to building a better world that is more free and prosperous? That is the goal. That is my aim. That's my aim with this channel, is to be able to bring men and women, if they come along too, you know what I'm saying? We bring all together, you know what I'm saying? But for us men, we need that stable community. We need that stable connectivity to source. We need that stable connectivity to our finances. We need that stable connectivity to our families. That is life as a man. You know what I'm saying? There's so many ways that you could skin it, but masculinity is the framework of it all. And you could see how empire, I like to call them empire, just in general, it's easier for me to say that, has really stripped men away from that, with the corn. And, I had a problem with that, you know what I mean? I was smoking it. I was smoking it. I had a really, really tough time with the and the porn, you know what I'm saying? And all of it, all the addictions. Pick the litter. Is it food? Is it empty pussy? Was it cocaine? Whatever. It didn't matter. I'm saying whatever I could get my hands on that would numb me out. But then here's the kicker, right? I found out that I'm just suppressing my own masculine urges, right? I was just suppressing what it means to be a man through those various methods. And the more that we start to see in general how life is as a man, the more we start to connect with our framework, right? And we start to allow ourselves to grow. That is the most important piece for me in this life as a man. I look to foster children. I look to attract a woman. All that's on God's time. We see what's going on out here in the modern world. We see how it is with a lot of these modern Eves and the inundation and the programming. I mean, it's most of the time they just want you to get on their level, but their level ain't like ours. Their level's not on the their level is not on the level of a masculine man. It's just not. It's just how it be. We're the builders of society. We have everything that is in my house was built by a man. I had some things that I had to get fixed here. Who came? Oh, of course, it was a man who came and fixed it, right? I had some holes and shit from the old people that lived here. And who were the people? Of course. So that's where I start to see the importance of us connecting back to our framework and allowing ourselves to feel ourselves, right? And be with ourselves and take that time to isolate and be with our thoughts, right? And allow that neuroplasticity of new ways of thinking to start developing. Do you see what I mean? The more we start to do that, the more life starts to open up. Law of attraction, right? As you free up that space, you use that master building energy, right? That masculine framework to now attract the life that you want. That's the whole point of it. We have to free up that space. Us as men need to free up that space. We need a space where all of us men can do the work with each other and start freeing up space so that we can start building a better life, so that we can build a better society, so that we can continue to keep doing the things that men need to be doing. Straight up. And the more I start to understand my life as a man, particularly here in the West, the better it gets. So that's just one little thing I had to share with you. I'll be talking to you guys soon. Peace.